Hello, my name is Michael Ramos, and I have been in the real estate world for, well, my entire life. My family and I have done it all and seen more from real estate sales, construction, and property inspections. And in all this time, what fascinates me the most about this industry are the people and how they changed their dreams into realty success.
This program is brought to you by City Home Inspectors, your one-stop shop for all your home inspection needs.
All right, hello everybody, and thank you for tuning into this week's episode of From Dreams to Realty Success, where we share inspiring stories of the top achievers in the real estate industry. Today we have Laura Rodriguez.
Hi.
Laura is a licensed realtor at City Chicago, and she's been licensed for 5 years. She's known for her can-do attitude and her sense of humor. I know her clients have a great time when it comes to the closing table. And yeah, so again, thank you so much for coming in. I know it's a crazy market today, so whenever I can pull you guys in for half an hour really does mean the most to me. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you for wanting to have me on your podcast. That's pretty cool. It's my first one. So you're
Oh, really?
Podcast, Cherry.
Nice.
All right.
That's good. No, I mean, out of like what I've seen of how we met before at Realty Chicago and all the events and everything like that, I'm like, oh, I'm surprised you don't have one. I'm pretty sure you're probably, hopefully you get inspired to have one. I think you do a really good job.
You know, I've been told my whole life I should have my own TV show. I should do YouTube, but I'm just like, I guess for me, it's the execution that's not there for me. I definitely do think that I'd be good at it, but yeah, I mean, so kudos to you for doing this. You probably are inspiring me right now to maybe do it in the future.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure yours will be a lot better than mine. I'm not even gonna lie. So it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah,
I'm sure you do great. So
for sure, awesome. Well, thank you so much for that. So I have a little segment that I'm gonna get into now. I have a letter from Baxty. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, Baxty is my mother, and she's also the owner of City Home Inspectors. Licensed for over 21 years as a realtor. So she really does study the market and everybody in it. And this is what she had to say about Laura. Mm-hmm. Boss lady. She's a very confident and aggressive negotiator. She will always leave her clients leave the closing table with a memorable and fun experience, as she is very energetic and creative. And that's what Baxi had to say about you, Laura.
I concur.
You concur.
Thank you, girl.
Awesome. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and they have good energy. Your mom got good energy.
Yeah, no, I know she does. It's always wherever she goes, she lights up the room. I get jealous. I'm like, everyone like it's nice to work with her. To be able to work directly with your mom and your family and everything like that.
I think you should be proud. I think you should be proud.
Oh, definitely. I was like, that's so I always say too, is like, it's kind of like the reason why I made this podcast is because like, I think that realtors are amazing. Like the most inspirational person in my life is a realtor, and it's my mom, so I grew up watching her, and everything that she went through with like, starting up like, after being a single mom and then, getting her license and then just killing it. And she killed it when she got her license, and she's had the license for 21 years. Her license can drink, so
girl.
She's been on it. Yep. And then, so.
Yeah, I love that you guys schedule the appointments for inspections and go directly through showing time and like, just knock it out, Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes it, yeah, because that was the whole thing with City Home Inspectors, was that she was a realtor. So the thought was, what do realtors need? Mm-hmm. And then that's why we structured it that way, because like it's the best way to, so make it easier for you guys. It makes it easier for us,
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. For sure. But this podcast is not about me though. This podcast is about you. So we're going to switch gears now. For sure. So I want to know, what were you doing 6 years ago? What was your job before you became a realtor?
Wow, like that just brought me back to like a seat in a job that I hated. I was like, what was that? No, so I was working for a trucking company, JB Hunt, and I guess I could say it now, or maybe I don't know if I should say it, but it was very horrible working there. I experienced a lot of like things that I never would want to go back to, you know what I mean? And I hated it. I remember being in that job. I'll never forget. You know how you have these moments that you just are very vivid in your mind? And so I was like sitting there and I was like, I fucking hate my job, right? And I remember one of my friends, she was a real estate agent. She used to work for Pav Realtors, and she was doing it for a real long time. She helped my tia sell her house. So I remember calling her one time, like, and I was like, "Hey, how's the real estate market? Like, what do you think? Do you think I would make a good realtor?" She's like, "Absolutely, you'll make six figures. You got it. Go do it." And honestly, like that shit just like it uplifted me when I needed to be lifted. And yeah, but 6 years ago I was in a job that I fucking hated.
So you said trucking. You weren't driving, were you, or were
Hell
you
no.
like dispatching? I was like, damn, is that what you were doing?
Okay,
That's
no,
crazy.
sorry. So I was so at first I started being a like front desk girl, and then I moved to a fleet manager. So I managed like 20 something drivers where I had to dispatch them and pay them and do all of that. And I hated it. And yeah, I just felt like, why am I here? You know what I mean? I knew I could do more.
Yeah,
I knew that like I was just like not happy and like I wasn't hitting my full potential of what I knew I was capable of doing. You know what I'm saying?
right, right. Okay, yeah. So then, well, if anything, was there anything from that job that kind of helps you out today with your career?
No.
Nothing
Hell
at all,
no. I'm I'm
huh?
I feel like since for me like I've always known what I'm good at, you know what I'm saying? And so like I was never like smart in school, like never like that. What I was really good at school in when I was growing up was like English. I like to write. Listen, before I was a real estate agent, I might have been a rapper. I don't know. No, but like I just was into like writing, and so like and I also knew that I was really good with people. Like I'm just really good
Right.
with people. And so like if you can make a friend, you can make a sale. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's true.
so that's what I was good at. But no, that job didn't put no, nothing. They did nothing for me. Nothing.
Oh
But you
wow,
know what
yeah.
they did do? You know what they did do? They so I got that job like I got that job and I have a felony on my background and the CEO of that company like he knew that I had a felony. It came up on my background and so like he asked me about it and I will say that I will be grateful for that because yeah whatever I needed a job, you know what I'm saying. um Pero he told me, no digas, like, don't say nothing. You start work on Monday, just don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, yeah. So he gave me an opportunity and I was there for like 2 years or something. So I was like I
Yeah.
got my real estate license and I was still working at that job. So, like, I had like a shit shift, like 3 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Oh man, that's third
Horrible.
of the third.
3 a.m. to 1 p.m. Oh man, I fucking hated it. I just like remember like waking up. I remember during this time, remember the shooting that happened at Burger King where they shot the I forgot what his name is. I'm sorry, but they shot him like 16, 17 times by the Burger King off the 55.
Mm.
I had just missed when that had happened. I remember that. Yeah. But like I
Wow.
hated that job and I'm glad I called that girl that one day. Her name is Maria. I'm glad I called Maria that day and I asked her because I invested my income tax money. So I went to school, I got my license, and then the rest is history. You know, I did real estate. I was working at that job for like 2 years. At the same time, I was working doing real estate like part time for 2 years. So I would get off of work like at 1 o'clock, and I was working at Remax Mi Casa, and I would just like because at work me iba bien fodonga. Like I would go looking like shit. I'm working with a bunch of dudes. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I don't like some men like are just very like they make us women feel very uncomfortable with just the look. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that.
Hmm.
So I would go to work looking like shit because I did not want attention. I just like leave me alone. You know what I mean? Like come and do your job and go away.
Right. Yeah, especially
Huh?
truckers. I mean, not to knock, especially truckers, but not to knock truckers, but you
Some
know,
of them
like,
work hard, but I understand this away from their families, right? So like you have to be
right.
understanding of like the things that these people go through, right? Which I did because I had dated somebody who was in the trucking industry, so I knew like what that was like, right? Pero it was just I hate when I tell you I hated that job. Like
So, earlier you mentioned that you were with Remax Mikasa, and I know that's a big office over there. It's in
no,
Cicero,
they're on
correct?
55th and Pulaski, so that's like West Elston.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I know that one. I know that office. We have a bunch of people that use us from there too. But I know now you're with Realty Chicago, and that's like one of the like newest, biggest
growing so
offices out
fast.
there right now, so fast, so rapidly. I mean, I just saw a post earlier today where like you guys did like what it was like over 2 million in sales last
It
month
was
in the last
it
30
was way
days.
more than that.
Or was it? Let me see. I got it right here. I just
It
saw
was
it.
way more.
Like two
Oh, two
billion.
billion. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've sold.
yeah, with a
Yeah.
B.
Listen, I don't know all the statistics of numbers, and I'm like one of those agents that I probably don't keep up with like the whole numeration thing, which I probably should because it's
Mm,
important. But I know we've made a shit ton of money.
yeah. Well, it's saying last month sales were over 2,904,000,000.
Yeah, so they're like Eddie's done like a really good job of build. I feel like he's like this office has grown so fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy to be a part of um like what this office is because I'm a part of that. I'm part of the growth, you know.
Right. So, like, yeah, that's what I kind of want to get into. What was the biggest attraction to join Realty Chicago?
So for me, it was bro, I was seeing him all over social media. I was like, holy shit, these people are everywhere. And for me, it was like, well, if you can't beat them, join them, right? Like that's kind of like how I felt. So I was like, let me go see what they're about. And so I had ended up moving to the north side, and Realty of Chicago was like literally like less than a mile away from my house. And so I went to go meet up with Maggie, and I just thought Maggie was great. She had like great energy, and I'm just all about energy, you know. And so like I thought she had great energy. I thought she, you know, was very like, something that I look for like look can look up to because I'm a woman, you know, and I see her and I was like, wow, this is awesome. She's a managing broker and she's like speaking very highly of it. I met with Eddie and then yeah, I ended up joining and I've been here now for 3 years.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, like you said, if you can't beat them, join. I remember back when my mom was just only doing real estate, we used to drive around and we would see Eddie Garcia signs
In my
everywhere.
phone, he's
You know.
Eddie Benches, and I've told him this. I'm like, this is when you call me, it says Eddie Benches.
Yeah, because and then I remember her like saying he doesn't even work in this area. Why does he even have a sign here? You know.
It's like
So, but yeah, I mean, it's just like the old McDonald's thing: location, location, location. Be everywhere. You
exactly.
know.
So that's, I mean, he doesn't, but he will, or he has. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm,
yeah.
that's awesome. And then, so what are like a lot of the benefits you get from being with Realty Chicago?
Like the benefits, I mean, I feel like I have like my own relationship with people. So like, I feel like what may benefit me won't benefit everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's up to you. Like, what are you gonna gain out of a situation? You know what I'm saying? Because that's up to you. You feel me? So like,
Mm-hmm.
I would say that like I'm happy where I'm at, and so we do get like marketing. Betsy does the marketing at the office where she'll do like Facebook posts where you can post on social media stuff like that. Photography, which for me is important. You know, I don't need like when you could sign up at the office and get leads. I never sign up. I never sign up. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like I don't need to do
Mm-hmm.
that. You feel what I'm saying? So like I feel like
Right. Yeah.
the benefits are mutual. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm a quality agent.
Right. Yeah. And then I do see like because I think like a real reason for your success is your consistency on social media. I mean, I follow you on social media and I see you're constantly posting about, you and real estate and what have you. And then you throw in funny stuff all the time and your sense of humor is it kills it. And it really drives it. I always say if you can make someone laugh, you can sell them
Listen,
something
you
for
could
sure.
sell them, you could date them. Bro, like ain't nothing like a
Yep.
funny person. Okay, I tell my man all the time. I'm like, listen, before you met me, you were like beep. You met me, you're like beep 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 beep. Beep. Like you're just having a great time. You know, like he
Mhm.
tells me every day like how silly I am, and it's like I really am, and I think that's like life is too short. Like I don't want to be like all the time. You know what I'm saying? Crack a joke. Like even the shit
Right.
that can make you fucking
Right.
cry can also make you laugh. Have you ever like cried and laughed at the same time?
I'm sure I have. Yeah. No, yeah. And then like I'm always too like I get that all the time. My wife calls me. And then congratulations on your engagement,
Damn
by the
right, I
way.
got my nails
Since you
done. Como
dropped
was like
your husband.
this.
Well,
Thank you.
congratulations. That's amazing. Yeah, that's awesome. Um, But yeah, I get that all the time too at the house, and like my wife, she's always like saying, "Oh, you're so silly, you're stupid," all the time because I'm always joking around. I can't turn it off. I really wish I could, but like every time I see something, I gotta crack a joke on
It's
it. I
like
have
a
to say
gift and a
something.
curse, right?
Um, I know, yeah. And then I get that all the time. Can you ever take something seriously? I'm like, I wish. I can't. I really can't. It's hard.
When's your birthday?
I'm January 3rd.
January 1st. She's a New Year's baby.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a couple days after. Well, I was supposed to be born on Christmas, but and that just shows how much I cling to my mother. I stayed a whole, a couple
Aw,
weeks in. It's like after Christmas. So then even now, I'm still working with her. I
that's
won't let her go.
sweet. That was so sweet.
Uh
You're a
huh.
good one.
Yeah, I try.
Your wife is engaged and you're married, right? Oh,
We're
awesome.
engaged right now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we did it on
Oh,
Christmas
so
Eve.
you're just a newly engaged too.
Yeah.
When is your wedding?
Yep. We're thinking like October. We're
This year?
we're fall people. Hope maybe we're gonna see. I don't know because it's kind of close now. I don't have a venue
Listen,
picked
you
out
need
or
a wedding
nothing.
planner.
So maybe
I already picked out a date and like I'm in the middle of like either signing a contract or figuring out what I'm gonna do with that. But it's like a little overwhelming because you just don't know what's gonna happen in the world, right? So it's like now I gotta make sure that if I'm gonna
right.
sign a contract with somebody, I need you to include in there that if there's a pandemic, I get my money back.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, and then contract writing definitely comes from
Exactly.
work too, right? So
There's
you
some
start
legit over
figuring that
here.
out. For sure. Hilarious.
Legit. Hell.
uh, so that kind of like the joking kind of like gets into my next question. I remember one event that I was at. You kind of spoke a little bit, and you were saying about like the ways to make your clients remember you after the closing table. Can you tell us some of the ways that you do that?
So I like when I'm at a closing, like if I do go to closing, like I usually like to bring a bottle of tequila and I don't like to drink as much anymore, but I know this tequila is good. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, fight me on it. So one of my friends actually introduced it to me, and so what I teach people when like if we go to the closing and they want to take a shot, I teach them how to take a shot. Like I'll do that. And so because some people don't really know how to take a shot, and especially with this tequila, you want to savor it. You know what I'm saying? So like there's a specific way that you take it, and everybody always loves that. And so then when they like are out or whatever, they want to recommend a tequila, they'll always talk about, oh, my realtor put me on. You know what I'm saying? So it's a conversation starter.
Wow. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, and then they have a story for the rest of their life for sure. I mean, yeah, that's something that I don't think I've ever heard. I mean, I've heard of people giving bottles. You know what I mean? Like, hey, here's a bottle of tequila, or here's a bottle of what have you. You know, for closing. But we're gonna crack this bottle open. Come on,
Yeah.
lawyer, let's go.
Yeah,
That's
and you know
hilarious.
what? And then like and listen, like I said, that's like a conversation starter. They'll always remember me. And yeah, I could give them a bottle, but I could also teach them something. So I feel like when you teach somebody something, like and throughout this whole process, I've been teaching them how to buy a house. I've been educating you guys. So now I'm gonna teach you how to celebrate, how to take this shot. And you're gonna be like,
Right?
damn,
Yeah,
you
that's
right,
amazing.
because I'm not wrong. So yeah. When you're just really
That's
confident
awesome.
about something,
Okay.
so you're like I'm really confident about this, you know what I mean? So like even if maybe they're not, like your confidence will always also like win the situation over because they're like, oh no, she really believed this, you know what I mean? So I kind of believe it too.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think confidence is definitely key too with this. I mean, when they see that you're just like, yeah, no, we're gonna get this is your house and we're gonna get it, and you got that can do attitude. It's really gonna help push it and make your client more confident as
Exactly.
well. It bleeds
You
through.
have to be confident.
Yeah.
Like I had a situation working with recently with another agent and his buyer on my listing, and the lender could not close it, and I was weary of even accepting an offer with this particular lender because it's a bank and I just don't like banks. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they have way more overlays and stuff. So I told him, hey, talk to my lender. Let my lender see if they could close it or not. If my lender says yes, like I'm talking about the situation, they think that they could do it. Have that conversation. And the agent was like, my client doesn't want to talk to them because like they just don't trust it. And I'm just like thinking to myself, if I told my buyer, hey, you need to talk to this other lender because I'm trying to salvage this deal. This lender can't do it. Let's see what other options we may have. You really want this building? Let's see what we could do, you know? And so, like, if you tell your client, like, and you're having this conversation with your client says no, it's because your client don't trust you. Because ain't no way in hell that I'm going to tell my client this is what benefits you, right? And they're not going to want to listen to me. I probably wouldn't even want to work with that client because it's like, how do you not trust me? You know what I mean? So yeah,
Right.
confidence is very important, and the only way that you're going to be confident is by knowing what you're doing. For one, you could fake it till you make it, but you still got to know what the fuck you're doing.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, you can fake it, but that faking it can only take you so far. You're not, you know, it's there's a limit where the fake that saying goes runs dry for
Sorry if you
sure.
keep hearing that squeak. I'm wearing gym shoes today, and I did this is my first pair of Jordans I'm wearing right now. Okay, and they're like gym shoes, like it's reminding me of the gym. It's so crazy.
Oh man, no, I didn't even notice it until you called it out. So no, I didn't even notice it. You're good. All right, cool. So I want to get into the next one now. Um, you want to talk about like some of the failures that you had when you first started real estate? Any like hiccups or anything that you learned from in the past?
I mean, I think that every transaction could potentially be a hiccup. It's a learning lesson. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. I think that every situation that I've been in has been a lesson learned. So I feel like it's just something that I've learned on how to do my job better. So I don't really see it as like. I mean, I think maybe a situation that I might have encountered is maybe like other agents trying to take advantage of the fact that I'm new and to like maybe get like a higher commission off of a lead that I'm bringing. I think that that's maybe something that I would probably warn other agents to maybe like make sure you feel confident like in like whatever cut you're giving somebody, especially if it's your business. Other than that, no, everything that I feel like it's just been something that's made my craft better.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good tip because there are some people that are gonna act like they're gonna try to help you, and then they're gonna
Everybody out here
they're
ain't your friend, okay?
right. Yeah,
I hate
definitely.
how people use the
Mm-hmm.
word friend very loosely too. It's an acquaintance, a client, you know what I'm saying? A friend, someone
Mm-hmm.
that you know.
Yeah, you don't really get a lot of those for
Mm.
free. You know what I mean? So you get a couple in your lifetime, and not a lot. For sure. I agree with that 100%. Okay, so we talked about failures. What about one of your successes? What is like one of your best sales that just sticks with you? Is like, man, I really knocked that one out of the park.
I feel like I have I'm working on a few right now actually, which are going to be the biggest deals I've closed in my real estate career. And I'm very, very excited about it. So, like, I feel like let's have this conversation another time because it would really be those.
Oh,
But
okay.
I feel like past maybe just any. I feel like I'm working on like the biggest ones right now, like a reactivated contract like for the fourth time. That one's been crazy. But
Mm.
what was the question?
Any major successes? Any sales that you just knocked out of the park, or anything that you killed it when it came to real estate?
My God, I don't know. I feel like I have so many. Like for real, like I'm fucking good. Okay, like I'm like literally like so like I'm such a really fucking good problem solver. Like in that moment, like all right, let me analyze this. Okay, boom, the problem is solved. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very quick, and I'm yet
Hmm.
to meet anybody like that I meet that I'm like, oh yeah, they're that quick of a thinker. I'm not trying to like whatever, but I'm very
Hmm.
confident about my quick reactions.
Awesome. So yeah,
Yeah,
all your
I feel
sales
like
then,
they're all
all your
been,
sales are your
yeah,
major
like
successes.
seriously, like I can't really say one because it's like I got that shit done, you know? So
Hmm.
is that fair to say?
Awesome. Yeah, that's fair. That's good for sure. All right, cool. So the next one I have here is: do you have any advice for new or future agents?
I think, yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions. You don't fucking know what you're doing right now, okay? And that's okay. It's okay. But if you have the resources to find the answer, like go to that. You know what I mean? Whether it's a mentor or like if your office has like a social media like private group where like we have that like where we talk amongst ourselves and we could ask questions on there or we offer a lot of problem solving through that Facebook. You know what I mean? So like if you're able
Mm-hmm.
to either attach yourself to somebody who's willing to teach you, because I know I've had situations where people like want to like learn from me, but it's like I'm so busy and like my day is very sporadic. It works like my mind. Like I'm just like always moving around, or maybe I don't want to move around and I don't want to have anybody around me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Right.
very like kind of stingy with like the energy that I want around me. You know what I mean? So like I'm very weary of that because maybe sometimes I'm maybe not going to be that person's energy either, and that's fair. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like if you could
Yeah.
attach yourself to somebody, like I know that like when I was starting in real estate, like there was this one agent, his name is Salvador Gonzalez. He works at Mikasa. And to this day, me and him are cool. Like he literally, like if I had a question, like he would talk and I was listening. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody's willing to offer you that, pay attention. Because I learned a lot from just like hearing him talk. And by no means, like I said, am I fucking smart, but I'm really good at like paying attention. You feel me? So if pay
Mm-hmm.
attention, ask, don't be afraid of asking questions. And if you could like learn from somebody, like have a mentor, if somebody's willing to do that for you, if you could find somebody, like that's key right there. And so then you learn from that person. They, you know, that you learn like what they do and you figure out how to do it your own way. And then that's how you're gonna kill it. You know what I'm saying? I remember Sal told me one time, like he's like, you got that good lala energy. That's what he calls it. He's like, you got that good lala energy. Like you're gonna be good, right? And then he's like, one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be so busy you're not gonna know what to do with yourself. And I feel like I reached that part of my career like 2 years ago, like when COVID first happened. I was like, yeah, I'm busy.
Yeah, yeah. COVID was extremely busy for everybody. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, it was funny too because like a lot of us thought that, oh my God, COVID, we're not going to be
Bro.
selling nothing. This is going to be bad. And then it just the housing market just boomed like crazy. It was insane. I
It
think
was
I was,
awesome.
and the inspections themselves. Yeah, I love it. I miss it.
I love that. Like I closed like almost 12
No
months.
traffic and
I closed
sales.
almost 12 months by
Phew.
myself. Okay? No
Yeah.
marketing. Like I don't do
Mm-hmm.
none of that. Like my shit like that's all by myself. So like word of mouth, I'm mainly referrals and like social media, or if anybody ever calls me on like my signs, because I do have like a few like commercial properties, like that's another thing. Like if you could put your name somewhere like big, put that shit. Put them
Mm-hmm.
signs up. Put them signs up. Get them listings. Put them signs up. You have a family member that owns a building, put your sign up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, definitely. All right, cool. So then I have the next one we're going to get to now is what do you love most about being a
everything.
realtor?
Mm,
Everything.
the main thing is that like growing up, I was always you talk too much, you're disruptive, you're this, you're that, you know, like being like maintained in a little box, you know, when you're in school or whatever, right? And I'm just like, no. That's not who I am. Very rebellious, very like, I don't care. This is who I am. Love it or leave it. Like, I ain't bothering you. I ain't hurting you. Why you mad? That was like always my attitude. You know what I'm saying? Since I was little. And like, super woke. You know what I'm saying? So like even when working in corporate America, I talk too much in HR. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, but for me, I was just like, yo, like I'm just being myself. You know what I'm saying? And like it's not up to your standards, but your standards ain't my standards. So like I know that this was never gonna work
Correct.
out for me. So like being in a position where I'm able to be myself all day 24/7 and like get to pick and choose who I actually want to do business with, you know what I'm saying? That's fucking amazing. Like that is why
Yeah.
I do what I do, because I'm not gonna change who I love me. Like you probably don't love yourself, but I love me. You know what I'm saying? So like being able to do that and wake up and just like to be able to do you and make some money while you're doing it is fucking awesome. So yeah.
That's great. Yeah. Yeah, that's got to be something that a lot of people deal with too because it's like, man, this is, you could just really be yourself and I like that, picking and
Oh
choosing
yeah.
your clients. That just makes it a lot better. You don't really if you don't like somebody, you're not vibing with somebody, you can cut them off and there's no one's going to yell at you for that.
Exactly.
So that's
Exactly.
always
And
good.
setting your boundaries, like, you know, like even with clients, you know what I'm saying? So they understand. And like when you set those expectations with people, with anybody, this is not just even in business. When you set those expectations, the only way you set expectations is by setting boundaries. You feel me? That's the only way people will know
Mhm.
like what they can or cannot do around you or with you or to you. So like you got to keep the same like energy all the time. You know what I mean? With everybody. So it's understood and it's respected on both levels. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get that for sure. I mean, yeah, there's some agents we had to fire as well. Like, hey, and just because like, um, I want my reports to be like this, or I don't like that you guys contact the client afterwards, and it's like, oh, that's not your client, it's our client.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it was something like some people is like
You
just
know
don't
what it
vibe with them. Is it
is
maybe
that probably that was
mhm.
a deal killer for their deal, and that's why they were mad. Because if you would have done a good job, they would have never fucking called you.
I mean, I know the deal went through. It was more like the way our marketing, like how we market to the client afterwards. And he's like, "Well, this is my client. My client doesn't need your marketing." It's like, "Oh, this it's not your client, dude. It's our client."
This
You know
is
what I mean?
let's
So,
get into the conversation of that real quick, okay? Because this is
yeah,
this is one thing that really irks my nerve when I hear it. My client, right? My client. So at the or my agent or whatever, because I'm also a client, right? I'm also a client to you if I'm, you know what I'm saying, procuring cause, et cetera, et cetera. I feel that like when you provide a service, right, and if that person who you're talking about, whether I'm in the position, right, because I'm a client, or it's a buyer, or it's a real estate agent, or it's an inspector or an attorney, if you're providing a service and that person who is you're providing the service to is happy with the service, who is it up to anybody to make a decision of what that other person can do? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
who holds
Hmm.
you in the position of like the almighty power?
Yeah, I
Do
mean,
your
yeah, just
boo.
some people,
You can't
and it
have that
was
right,
more.
Nate, okay?
I did. I was like, okay. I was like, that's fine. No, that's it. I was like, it's automatic. They're gonna get it anyway.
It's
So
system.
I'm
That's
sorry,
called
but
a
that's it.
database.
Yeah,
It's called a
for sure.
database. That's what it is. And sorry, I have to yeah. So yeah, like I just feel like people should just really like do what they're supposed to do, and like whoever wants to work with whoever they want to work with, that's on them. It's not up to you, you know? So
Right, for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna get to the last one of the day, and then we'll wrap this up. So my last one for you is: besides real estate, is there anything else you're super passionate about? That's a loaded
yeah.
question, I know.
Um no. Like as far as
So it's all
monetary
real
wise,
estate. I mean, just yeah, anything else that you're passionate about, like like you said, music or like the last guy was super into cars, or anything like that.
I mean, the only other thing that I'm into is like if I'm not like working, I really like just like to just do nothing.
Yeah, I understand that completely.
So like I like literally, I have my on switch or my off switch, and my on switch is always on real estate. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like never ending. That's my business. That's what I'm good at. You know what I mean? And I fucking love it. So when I'm not doing what I love, there's like I'm just tired.
Right. It's
Night
bedtime. I'm
night.
passionate about going to sleep, Michael.
Night night. Night night. No, but like
For
so like
sure.
right now we're in my like office, which it's not that clean up, so I'm not gonna give you like a little tour of it, but I've posted it on my social media. And like I just like to sit in here with like Javi or like my son and my dog, and there's no TV in here, there's nothing, and we'll sit in here, and do nothing.
And
Yeah,
just be
we'll be
quiet.
quiet.
Yeah. I wish my kids won't do that. They'll sit in the room for 2 seconds and start slapping each other,
We
or
got one. He
and
just annoys me all day
yeah.
long. He's a teenager.
I got
He's
three of
all
them.
the kids.
I got three of them. I have 11,
How's your
7, and 8.
13-year-old acting?
She's 11 going on
Yeah, my
22.
son's 15, and holy shit, that fucking kid is just like me.
Oh no.
Just like which I love and hate, right? And now I understand what my mother felt, right? But I know that like I'm gonna be proud of him because he's like me. You know what I'm saying? And so like
Hmm.
he's gonna be a great fucking kid. Like he's just gonna be a great person. like a good, you know, when you meet somebody, you know that their core is good. Like they could be a lot of
Right.
things, but their core is just like good, and you could see that right away. Like that's
Hmm.
what my son is.
Right.
Yeah,
Like they mean
absolutely.
well. Yeah. I mean, because I was that same way too. Like I was always in trouble at school. You know, I never really listened. I was rebellious. So I'm hearing everything you're saying. I'm like, yeah, me too, me too, me too. So you know, but yeah, I subscribe to everything that you're talking about. You know, when it comes to like energies and then making sure that you, because I don't have a lot. I don't think I have a friend. Like I don't use that word at all. You know, because there's not a lot of people out there that like you know I feel in that level. I'd say my wife is my best friend. You know, or my fiance. I mean. So, and that's the way I kind of keep it. I like my circle to be small, and I like everything to be little.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure, you can sense like when you talk to people and you're looking at people how who they are. You can feel that
Yeah,
vibe
and I
for sure.
honestly like you know my fiance too. He just got into the real estate industry, and so it'll be a year. It'll be a year
Awesome,
in June, and I'm so fucking proud of him. Oh, I fucking love him.
nice.
Yeah, and so like now that he's like doing that, and like I feel like we've just like that just our love is just fucking awesome right now. You know what I mean? When you're just like really happy.
That's awesome.
I know, right?
Congratulations. Yeah, I saw it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I had to say something. I was like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
congratulations, and hey, you want to be on my
Yeah, I
podcast?
know. And then it's awesome. So like now that he's like in the same industry as me, like we kind of like understand each other on a whole other level. So like we try.
Did he join the
No,
same office as
he
you?
works for Guaranteed Rate. Well, he's a loan
Oh,
officer.
oh,
So
okay,
he knows.
all right. Oh shit! Got the
It's
plug.
a Bonnie and Clyde, like, but without the
Uh huh. Awesome.
murder and the arrest or whatever. But like, yeah.
We'll see.
Then there's that.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Hilarious.
Another one.
Okay, so well, yeah, we'll leave this at a funny note then. If I'll give you this time now, if you want to let people know what's the best way to contact you if they want to hire you in the future.
My phone number, or you know, reach out to me. My email, Laura@realtyofchicago.com. My social media, Lala_my realtor, like, or my phone number 312-607-0165.
Awesome, awesome. All right, well, great. Well, yeah, thank you, Laura, so much
Thanks.
for coming in today. This was probably my funniest podcast ever. This is a really good one. I really do appreciate your time. I'm going to go ahead and
Thank you.
release you now back into the wild so you can go ahead and make
Yay.
us some money. Again, this is Dreams of Realty Success here with Laura Rodriguez.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.